scene this is, a veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. It's the Arkansas Razorbacks and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
The light blue and white of Kenan Stadium. Players of past years have been so strong there, trying to rebuild that school spirit in Chapel Hill. 50,000 strong at Kenan Stadium hope to get this season off to a great start. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Razorbacks ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The give to the lone running back. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Caught in the backfield. It's Thurman. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to him, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
Just a great job by the quarterback, the running back, the offensive line. Sneaky little devils. What do? Make it look like pass, sneak in the run, catch you off guard. Great play call by the offense.
The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Now the play fake. Rush is on him. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Fighting off the defender. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. And at the end of the play, it looks as if there's an injured Razorback on the field. A senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. Right back to the well. Knocks him down a couple of yards short of the marker. And how about this free safety showing those tackling skills and forcing a 4th down?
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of 1st downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Running to Green. Got a little grass. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
And the Tar Heels back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Pulls and fires complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Just going to keep it after the snap. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB-designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front, and guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances, get the ball to some speed on the perimeter, try to make some big plays.
After a drive this long, a field goal would be a punch in the gut. It's 3rd and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete. They've converted on 4th down once, but here's the big one. 4th and goal. Got his man on the right. He'll be stopped short of the goal line. A sure tackle to turn it over on downs.
And I think that's going to be a frustrating drive for this offense, man. You move the ball on your first possession right down the field, and you choose to be aggressive, and you choose to go for the touchdown. But now you get nothing out of this possession. The defense gets the stop. They get some momentum going in their favor.
Catch in the middle. It's it's a fumble. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Jukes his way for more. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got room on the return. Touchdown, North Carolina. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Caught behind the line. It's Smith. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackle.
Wide receiver going in motion. Jackson will throw. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
And right now it looks like there's 12, 13, 14 guys on defense. I mean, last possession you saw him break on the football, get the pick 6. Now another opportunity again. Dialed in, focused, breaks on the football, but that's why he plays defense. Shows you why he's not a receiver, but this defense is dialed in.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Makes the quick grab.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
Jackson gonna throw it. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field of play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Off the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Trying to escape and get it himself. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job keeping that guy in the pocket.
Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. The Razorbacks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Brown. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
Man, you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Got it behind the line. It's Platt. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
I love when quarterbacks do that. When you go back to the guy that made a mistake earlier in the game. Earlier we saw that receiver fumble. Right away the quarterback throws him the football. Don't worry about it. I got you. We need you to win this game. And that's going to help this receiver's confidence and his mojo moving forward. Really good job there by the QB.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Right back to the well. There's a crease. He'll be knocked down, but not before doling out some punishment and getting 7.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And a lot of times in football, man, the short memory, we usually talk about the quarterback. But sometimes it's the running back who puts it on the deck. Sometimes it's your playmaker out wide who puts the ball on the deck. But that doesn't mean you abandon him. You come back to him, let him make plays. Nice.
And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Arkansas! setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. So it's an 80-yard drive, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he's going to bring this one out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Ready to try the point after. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Those opportunities, those returns like that can be such game changers, and everyone was right on point, and he took it to the house. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Jackson will throw. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His second interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Quarterback may change this route. They'll send the back in motion. They're going to open this drive with a pass. The short hands, it's Ship.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Tar Heels in a good spot here with second and short. Gets the back moving. Got room to work. Maybe a crease. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let him do the rest, right? Flip it to him. Let him get outside. Let him run the football, make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the perimeter.
In for the score. Touchdown, Tar Heels. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he made the extra point without problem. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Jackson gonna throw it. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Razorbacks want to crank the tempo. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. You know, find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Lets it fly. He's got it inside the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Single back formation, and they give it to it. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. And the Tar Heels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Fires to the tight end. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? And they take it in for 6 more points. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. With the catch, it's Brown. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the 1st down.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on 3rd down. I know we're in the 2nd quarter. They're trailing.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with the sack.
Jackson will throw. Pressure coming. Got rid of it just in time.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Complete on 3rd down. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the 1st down. But, guys, they're not sending the punt team out there. They're going to go for it. This is a huge risk, and, man, if it backfires, they're in trouble. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The Tar Heels want to pick up the tempo.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Might have a chance. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Motion from the back. With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, North Carolina! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Jackson gonna throw it. Pocket breaking down. He's got it down the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Oh, he wants it all. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 5 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Buckeyes with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor.
The Arkansas offense heads onto the field.
This will push them to 2-0 on the season.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
He's got an open man. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the touchdown Razorbacks. And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And he's in for the 2nd score of the game. My goodness. Note to self, kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it, kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
And the point after is good. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The Razorbacks moving quickly to the line. Snap it to the back. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point, you're going to have to change your thought process.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Jackson will throw. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to scramble. Going to try to get it himself. Looking for room at the 30. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble.
There he goes. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And, man, that's so frustrating for this defense to get him in 3rd down and short. And look, the first down's almost a touchdown, right? So this is a tough situation. This defense is going to have to bring in big bodies and really sell out somehow, try to get some penetration, try to make a big play on 1st and goal that can maybe back them up.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here. Trying play action. Now sliding to his left. And he did not make it. The defense standing tall against the run.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 40, the 20, past the 10, into the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And that's That's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Jackson gonna throw it. Here's the pressure. And they got it.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Finds his man. It's Watkins. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Speeding down the left side. The 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arkansas!
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I'll tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
He's got it for the 2-point conversion.
And it's more common to throw for the 2-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You could tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice 2-point conversion.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll run it. Picks his way ahead, pickup of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to the run. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Running back searching for a hole. Maybe some room here. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Now on second down. Back to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
He might want another play. Using his legs, it's Hall. Hard running there. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick. But the physical ground game late in the game, that's how you finish opponents off.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They run into a bit of trouble here. Third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Fires to the wideout. Trying to find the end zone.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
He'll toss it.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. That brings us to third and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They believe in their running game on third and goal here. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible, $1:57 left. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Right down the boulevard. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Jackson will throw. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver. He is one of the best in the entire country with his speed and his athleticism, but they have had a plan for him, whether it's man coverage, zone, they've been able to double him, they've been able to change up the looks, and they have not been able to get him involved in the game, and that's why they're going to win this one.
Short completion on first down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. They'll move the wide receiver to the air on 2nd down. Here's a throw downfield late. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. some of things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.